Hi guys, welcome to my channel Lighting Your Sunshine, where we like to shine a light within and empower ourselves. So for today's cards, I've got my spiritual reading cards by Sylvia Brown. This deck is special. It's one of the OGs for me, and it's my grandma's. She was the hugest Sylvia Brown fan. I've got so many of her books that I just haven't read, but they were my grandma's, and I just keep packing them with me from house to house. And I move a lot. So these books, I don't know. I just bring them with me everywhere. But these cards, I do use a lot more than the books because we all know I love my cards. And so, second one, there it is. It's the Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom Oracle cards. And I haven't used these ones lots, not at all. And I find it interesting, or what I wanted these two together is it's my grandma, right? The women who came before us, and women's bodies and intuition. So I think there could be a really cool message. So let's just shuffle this a little bit. Let's get grounded and focused. As I was shuffling, I just heard a really big call. Like it was like a soul call out, almost like through the night. And I just heard, Mom. Someone calling for their mom. I'm getting chills now. I'm trying to move and my body just freezes up. Okay. Now these cards, how many? 3, they say. 1, 2, and that one. 3. All right, what are we working with? Okay, so we have nurturance and self-care with prepare in reverse. We have the enlightened heart and mind with risk and safety. So something about safety and needing to prepare, not feeling safe. Let's see what these cards are gonna share on this. We have be aware that sorrow can shape your soul like fire forges a sword. Ooh, I'm getting mad chills in my back, in my hip, lower sacral, and not the front, not it's in the back. When it felt sorrow, I felt it in the back lower back issues. I wish I had some of my friends here. My friends are so smart. I don't know if you know this, but a lot of our collective are genius energy doctors. I know they'll say, I'm not a genius, but yes, you guys are. You guys are so smart. And so I'm wondering, what is the lower back? Is it tied into the sorrow and grief and things like that when it comes to the meridians? If someone could reach out and let me know. Here we have, ask God to remove any negativity from within you, even from something that may have happened in a past life and is affecting this life. Yeah. And then depression comes from being trapped. Spring the trap and change your life. Oh, it just feels so sad for the divine feminine and everything that's kind of gone on throughout many, they're like, it's not even just a now thing, right? We all know that women have always been a little bit suppressed. And I think that's what I was talking about, where it's like that depression, not depression. Let me just, this one. It says, ask God to remove any negativity from you, even from something that may have happened in a past life that's affecting this life. I spoke on like a couple of videos, right? When it came to, on one of them, my guides called someone a witch, and I was like, you want me to talk about witches? Like, I don't want to talk. I don't even want to say that word. And then I noticed that it kind of comes out in the next videos, but I kind of stop it. So for me, there is a healing a witch wound from the past. So I don't know about you, right? You can always look online and do past life meditations and things like that. I've done quite a few past life. The one thing that they always say about past life, which is funny, this is going to be against what we're saying right now, but they're saying don't focus on the past life so much. That what happened then really doesn't matter about you today. But here it's saying like something happened, and maybe today you don't know why you feel this depression, this caged bird singing the blues. Like that's what I get, is like just this real sadness, but not even knowing why you're sad. I pulled all these cards before I even read them, and I just felt like that. And so how do we shake up out of I'm getting the chills again. Now it's on the upper back, right on the shoulder blades, keeping your shoulders back, head up, right? Don't put your head down as much, because when you look down, that's you starting to internalize things. You feel yourself more. So if you are in a negative kind of feeling and feeling depressed, right, look up, open up, expand rather than implode and internalize. That's what they're saying. So again, I'm being drawn to the lower back, right? Standing up tall. I think that by doing that, obviously is going to put a lot of pressure on your lower back, but the lower back I'm seeing has that trapped emotions in it. And so what do you want about that? I say, look at these two. Okay, and then they go to these two. And it does have to do with that risk and safety. So there is a little bit of root chakra / sacral chakra, especially, right, when we take those areas, that's like the very base of your spine is your root. And then the sacral chakra is like the womb, like right behind the belly button. And so with that, there's so many times in history and this lifetime that people have taken advantage of those areas, and that does cause trauma. It could even happen, these are my grandma's cards, it could happen to them. They could have stored that in their body, and then that stress and that trauma could somehow be passed on to you. And so you have these energies inside your body that is for you to heal. It's almost like, let's say it did come ancestral. They just weren't able to process it. I think, we always strive to be better, right? We want to treat our children better than we had it. And so now you're at this place where you can handle it, because it was too much. I'm seeing someone be like, no, they avoided it, blah, blah, blah. They could have dealt with it. But emotionally, emotional IQ, what age are they? I'm not talking about intellectual, I'm talking about emotional IQ. And so when we're ready, we're ready. And some people are saying in spirit, just really, their souls are younger. It was really hard. And so now it's for you to kind of work through this. So imagine having the weight of the world on the past, what am I trying to say? The past mishaps and happenings to the divine feminine, and carrying that on you. It's not fair, because yes, you are a divine feminine this time, but you shouldn't have to carry the weight and the burden of everyone before you. But as again, you have this consciousness and healing abilities to transmute it. And so that's what we need to do now. We need to change, we need to shift, we need to let that heal. We need to learn from the past, not repeat the past mistakes, and just incorporate that healing, because once the divine feminine heals, she's going to heal herself, she's going to heal her family, she's going to heal her friends and family, neighborhood, and then it goes farther and farther and farther and farther. So, risk and safety. She's just about to step off the cliff. In the past, sorry, I just keep like, my throat doesn't even want to like talk about this part of like healing. And I think that's it. And I was like, who do I normally attract, right, in the collective? And I tend to attract, not collect, wounded healers. Chiron, right? Chiron, the wounded healer. And so that is the most heartbreaking story, right? That person who goes out and they love so much, right? They've got 10 arrows in their back and they see one person with one arrow and they're just like, you don't understand how much this hurts me. And that person will be like, you know, like, no, you're totally but making them feel, what am I trying to say? Every experience, no matter how big or small, is significant. And so that's what I'm getting, is this energy, the divine feminine, makes everyone feel so significant for even the tiniest, minorest things that others seem as catastrophic, that they've dealt with, like, right? They've got it all on their back. And so helping those heal, but not healing yourself. And that's what I'm getting. This lower back pain might not be energy of you to carry right now. It's something that is needed to be, okay, let's pull more cards on that, because, okay, they say we don't need, I always want more cards and they always say no. Stick with what, if I could have a million cards out, I will. A million colors. So how do we heal this? How do we do that? And it says, ask God to remove any negativity from you, even from something that may have happened in a past life that's affecting this life. So what they want is, yeah, you can, right? If you've already energetically moved past whatever it is, right? So shame. This is shame in our lower back. If you've already healed from the frequency of that shame, you know, stepped into your empowerment, this shame instantly goes away because it doesn't have a basis to hold on to. And so easily it could be removed, right? Hey guys, just take this. And they're like, woo, right? Because you've already leveled up to that energy to be released. That's the same as like smokers. When you start quitting smoking, right? Once your energy starts increasing, you're in this in-between phase of who you were, who you are now, and who you're becoming. And like the future you is like so energetic and happy and healthy, and they don't resonate at a smoker's frequency. And then like down here, right? Especially like yes, you can use tobacco as a spiritual means as well, but we're saying this is someone who's caught in addiction or trapped in that. And so what they're saying is you kind of level and you grow, and then all of a sudden, you know, you go for that smoke, but you're not at that level anymore. You're up here, and so it doesn't taste good. You don't get that. It doesn't bring you joy. And it's so easy to fall away. It's just like, I don't know, it just happened. It was time. I let go of all that attachment and I grew. And so that's what they kind of are showing, is like, some of this is just so easy to let go. But some of it is for you to look at the patterns, repeating patterns, and especially, as it said, past life. If this is a problem with you and someone else, what is your pattern with this person? They say pay attention, especially to the patterns that make you feel like you want to retreat, shrivel up. Yeah, that one where you start to internalize whatever emotion thing that shuts you down from being out here in the present to internalizing and being trapped. pay attention to those patterns. When you start to notice them, I'm being told to someone that you need to write these down, because you don't see the pattern yet, but every time they don't seem to connect, they might not even be similar at all, but when you see it on paper, you're gonna be like, oh, it's when I'm hangry, or oh, it's any time, you know, I have my kids and then I have to give them to their father for the weekend, or you know, it's something like, it's like a pattern that you'll notice it, they're saying. And so especially when it comes to the womb, the sacral, those are like the first needs. And so once you kind of heal, especially the survival, once you get past survival and you start to heal those past life residual memories, I see more. What do I see coming in? I just heard that the healers are going to go out and start healing the community. Okay. And then I just want one more card as to what happens after. It says, don't be afraid to take a stand against injustice. Compliancy makes you weak. So, injustice, I am getting a lot of sacral, lower chakras. I do feel like this is an assault that happened before, and this assault, I'm so sorry. It's just saying for you to stop internalizing it, because it wasn't your fault and you didn't do anything wrong, and you were just in an environment, and the divine feminine has been taken advantage of so many times. And so they really want you to stop internalizing it, because again, you didn't do anything wrong. And so every time you internalize it, it makes you feel weak, and it makes you now put shame and guilt into yourself. It makes your back hurt. It makes you start to, I'm just seeing, hide. It makes you hide, and you're not meant to hide, because this is you. And then the depression starts coming in. So now I'm seeing that caged bird, and I am seeing the cage is wide open, so everyone's like, I didn't do anything, right? She did it to herself. It's just right there. She could have walked. She could fly out anytime. And so it's a mental thing. So we need you to stop internalizing it, because the door is open. And I feel like you are meant to go out there and fly and have fun. It says, don't be afraid to take a stand against injustice. Now there's a fire lit up under you, because that's what I'm seeing. The healers are going to go out into the community and heal. I do see things that are happening out in the community of others taking advantage of others, and enough is enough. And the divine feminine is here to take her energy back. Look how pink this card is. I'm getting chills again. So yeah, just a quick recap. This is something that you've been preparing for a really, really long time. Especially when it comes to your risk versus safety. That's what I see. It's like you've been preparing. You wanted to speak out against this injustice for so long, but something kind of always keeps you back. It's just like, well, no, I kind of deserved it. Or, you know, if I did this, and it's like, no, now is the time for it to come up and out. Because as you sit there and internalize it, we need this story out on paper, they say. That's what they want to say. Start writing your story on paper, because you're going to notice events are starting to make a pattern, that things will start to line up, and you didn't know that there was a pattern or something like that. And so I'm seeing for someone, it was a pattern of events for them, of when things would occur. But I'm also getting now it's a pattern of events on emotionally triggers for you now. And so it's saying, for those who have, you prepared, you've done all this, write your story down so that when someone comes to you and be like, I didn't do it that way, and then they start gaslighting you, because I feel like that, gaslighting, I didn't say that, that wasn't like that, no, and you're like, here's it on paper, just so that you've got that clarity, and you can't be pushed and shoved and told to go sit in the corner, because nobody makes babies sit in the corner. And because you've been preparing for this for so long, there is some of this energy in that root and sacral and chakra that is ready to be easily let go. So let go of that right now, right? There's just something, it's like, okay, take that so that we can deal with the rest. You know, when I'm seeing like something solid and it's like the outside is so hard and then it like softens up and you can kind of get away a layer, but then underneath you gotta, do the process again until you get to the center. So it says, ask God, remove any negativity from you, even if it's something that may have happened in a past life that's affecting this life. And I am hearing that both are right? This is so many people, but the Divine Feminine has been taken advantage in many ways. That one is that generational, that some of the energy you're dealing with is what others couldn't deal with. And then another one I am seeing is just past lives in this event, healing that as well. And so it says, be aware of your sorrow, because your sorrow can shape your soul like a fire forges a sword. So in your anger, right? I'm not telling you to not be angry. I'm pissed off for you. I'm fucking angry. But how do you take your anger and channel it into something positive? And the end card out of all these is that don't be afraid to take a stand against injustice. And it says compliancy makes you weak. You're not weak. You're strong. Write it down. That's what they really want to say. I really feel like someone's going to come and tell you that your story is not your story and then somehow try to twist it on you. So just have your story ready, because your story, as again, is going to help heal the community. I feel like you're not the only one, and your healing will bring healing to others. And I'm so sorry to hear that you went through that. But I'm going to send you so much love and support and energy through all this. Yep, you got it. And remember to bring in that pink energy, that compassion, that love. You can be angry, but be angry with compassion. You're powerful. You're not weak. All right. Bye, guys.